everybody. It is mid-September here in remote Alaska, and today we are going to go to the famous Brooks Camp in Katmai National Park. And we're going to answer everybody's question, is September a good time to visit? Brooks Camp, we see the famous falls with the salmon jumping and the bears in July/early August, but is September still a good time to visit? Well, let's go see for ourselves. If you are new around here, hi, my name is Salina, and my family owns and operates a resort in remote Alaska called Lake Clark Resort, where we get to share Lake Clark and Katmai National Park with people from all over the world. Today, I am going on my very last tour with Lake Clark Resort to Brooks Camps in Katmai National Park. And throughout the season, I do a lot of the bookings for the resort. People ask, when's the best time to visit? And there's people who come in September and ask if it's still a good time to see bears, be at Brooks Camp, is it open? Well, that's what we're going to cover in this video. Is it still a good time to visit? Let's check out for ourselves. We did this tour middle of September. It was September 18th, and we departed Lake Clark Resort in Port Ellsworth, Alaska at about 9:45 in the morning. We flew in this beaver. A lot of people call it the Hollandaise beaver because of its color, and the pilot was my dad. Total flight time to Brooks Camp from Lake Clark Resort was about an hour and a half. We did have to go a longer way around just because of the cloud coverage and some of the turbulence. We did go a longer way. Typically it is a little bit less than that, but an hour and a half is a good amount of time. We flew over breathtaking landscape. Here is Lake Iliamna, which is the largest lake in all of Alaska and one of two places that you can see freshwater harbor seals, and the other place is in Lake Baikal in Russia. It really didn't feel like it had been an hour and a half when we had finally reached Naknek Lake, where Brooks Camp is located. So we made it to the famous Brooks Camp. We had two clients with us. They are doing bear school. I've already been here this year, so I don't have to do bear school, and the reason they know this is because I have a special pin, and let me show you. So once you complete bear school, you're given, let me see, there we go, a pin. Shows you've completed and you don't have to do school again. So this is my pin. It's like a collector's item. It's the year and stuff on it. Pretty cool. It took us about an hour and a half to fly here in the beaver. There's like nobody here. There's probably like they're probably the only people doing bear school right now. And they have specific places that you can eat here at Brooks Camp. This is a fenced in picnic space. We have our lunches here. So I'm guessing what we're gonna do is once they're done with bear school, we are going to eat our lunches and then we're gonna go see what today has to offer. But so far, loving it. One, no people. I think there's probably like 5 other planes down on the actual, oh, I hate birds and this guy's really close. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and we'll see what we're gonna do today. So far, loving being here in September. Colors are beautiful. Let's see what we're gonna do today. So Brooks Camp, or Brooks Lodge, has like a lottery system for their cabins. These are their cabins for the lodge. There's only like 3 of them right here. There's some way down there. They also have like a little dining space for people to eat it in, but it's not very big at all. I ate there with my dad once last year. I forgot to mention they also have like camping spots too that people can stay at. But look at this. This is from when a bear got the cabin. That's scary. Now that we have finished our lunch and completed bear school, it is off to Brooks Falls. First, we're gonna go on these elevated boardwalks and we see our first bear. There's one back in the distance where people are fishing. And then if we look to the other side, we'll see a bear sleeping here. And there was also another bear sleeping on the other side of it. You can't really see it from this angle. And there was one bear that was actually swimming in the Naknek Lake, but I was not able to capture it well with my phone, so that leaves our total bear count to 4, and we haven't even made it to the falls yet. I would say that's pretty good. Although, in the past, that elevated boardwalk platform thing has been the best place to see bears this time of year, and there was only 4. So let's hope that the falls is a little bit more promising. And not so much of a spoiler alert, it sure was. When we got to the platform, the falls platform, there was one bear at the top of the falls, and there's another one that's hidden in what they call the office. Here we're gonna do a little zoom in, and I'll give it a little circle, see if you guys can spot them there. One thing that really surprised me this year was the amount of fishermen that were in the river. Just check it out, I have never seen it this full. One thing that you might be noticing is the lack of the salmon jumping. Yes, we saw a couple of salmon still jumping every once in a while, but it's not crazy like July, and that is because the sockeye salmon run is completely done. That typically happens throughout the month of July, and then around end of August, September time, there is a run of silvers that come up that keep the bears around. But one thing I really enjoy about September is that the bears are just so fat from all of the salmon that they've been eating from the summertime. If you come in July, they're still kind of skinny because they haven't eaten as much food compared to the end of the season when they've just eaten, a whole bunch of salmon. Right under us, a mama bear with 2 3-year-old cubs came walking by. You can see them right here. They didn't really stick around the falls very much. They just kept making their way down the bank. Another thing that I am really liking about being here in September is that the sockeye salmon, the ones you do see, are in their spawning colors, so they're really bright red and make for really cool pictures. When you come earlier in the year, they're definitely not that bright color and they're just more of a grayish color. I'm really liking seeing all the pinks and the reds, and they really stand out in the water. I wasn't really paying attention down the river just because of all the things we were seeing right at the falls, but there were still some bears just hanging out on the bluff. I don't know if you can see them very well, but there was a good amount there too. And this shot, guys, I can't believe I caught it. I literally just started my camera when the bear caught its first salmon. This was the first and only catch we did see today. Don't get me wrong, we did see other salmon jumping and attempts to catch the salmon. This was the only successful one that I just noticed, and my only critique is that that bear had to go off into the woods to eat. We actually thought that this was that bear that caught that salmon that just went up to the other side of the river, and we were a little surprised because it wasn't long after he had got the salmon, but later we realized that this was not the same bear because the bear actually, right here, comes out from the woods, and he had a nice stain of red around his face. So we knew that this was bear number 16 for today. And check it out. Now there are 3 bears here hanging out around Brooks Falls. There was a couple more bears that came in and around the falls and the platform while we were there, but there's one thing I do need to talk about, guys, and that was the best part about visiting in September. There was nobody here. Like, you can see there are very little people here on the platform. A couple times there was just the 4 of us, but really not many people. There was no wait to get onto the platform and no limit to stay there, so we were there for over an hour. And because there was no limit on how long we could stay there, we were able to see so much happening. That's one of the things that I enjoy about this time of year, is that I can just watch and be there for a long time and not have to move and get on a wait list and wait for hours to go back to the platform. We can stay here as long as we want. Of course, just being considerate of other people, making sure everyone gets a turn down at the bottom part of the platform. But we were able to see so much more, and I came in end of July of 2023, and this experience went above and beyond that one. There are so many people who try to come in July because that's when the bears are here, and granted there weren't 20 bears directly at the falls at one time and thousands of salmon jumping at one time, it feels like, but we were able to still get the most amazing experience. And now that we're end our time at the falls platform and we have seen 18 bears, I would say that this has been a quality experience. Just leaving the upper platform, we had no wait. We were able to just go right on and stay there. We were there for over an hour, and at one point it was just the 4 of us there. It was perfect. So just starting to rain, we're gonna head back to the plane and hopefully go to the gift shop and head home. And we can't forget the last two bears that we saw. They're just sitting here right on this point. It's a little hard to see, but they're just chilling on the side. It was pretty cute. Beside the actual gift shop that is at the resort, this is the only place that you can actually buy things. So I got Christmas presents right here, and I'm gonna go see what the visitor center has too. Get stuff from there, because we got stuff from both visitor center and the lodge gift shop. And just a overall great experience. Amazing bears at the falls, like honestly the best I've seen, and I was here July 2023. This is way better. So 1000% yes, come visit Brooks Camp in September, and also do it with Lake Clark Resort. These rocks float. Check this out. Overall, this was a fantastic experience. And do I think you should visit in September? Yes, I think 1000% you should visit in September. Number one, less people, it is way more lenient. You are able to just go onto the platform. You're not waiting for other people's, no hours and hours of waiting. Just go and stay as long as you like. And then two, the bears, they're fat, they're still active, they're still catching fish. Sure, it's not as much as you would see in July, but you're having more of a time to be able to see them actually catching compared to July, when it's just a short window that you can be on the platform. And then three, the fall colors. Guys, I can't say enough how beautiful the fall colors are. Just the camera doesn't capture it. The bright blue of the water up against the trees that are changing, the yellows and greens and oranges, is just absolutely beautiful. So if you're trying to decide when to visit, I do highly recommend September for those reasons and more. I would definitely say the dates I would recommend would be like the 15th through the 22nd of September would be a good time to come and visit. And I would highly recommend doing your stay with Lake Clark Resort. We are located in Port Ellsworth, Alaska, which is in Lake Clark National Park. You get to knock off both national parks while you're here, Lake Clark and Katmai, which are two of the hardest ones to get to. We are a family business of Alaskans who love to share their home with people from all over the world. So you're going to want to check us out at lakeclarkresort.com. You're going to be able to see the website in the description of this video below. Definitely check out the website and the different things that we offer, and go in the contact section and fill out an inquiry, and we'll get back to you with the best Alaska vacation for you and your family, or you and your friends, whatever it may be. So what are you waiting for? Come and explore Alaska and have the trip of a lifetime with us at Lake Clark Resort.